when this dam will eventually be completed. Can you proceed to respond, please?
Honorable Speaker, Thwake Multipurpose Dam is a rock-filled dam. A rock-filled dam, this will be the biggest dam in this country with a storage capacity of 688 million meter cubic. When you construct such a dam and you are done placing the rock fills, you give the embankment time to do what we call settlement. In that period, Honorable Speaker, when settlement of the wall is taking place, which takes, as I've indicated, takes between 6 and 9 months, you reduce the concrete face. If you do, you place the concrete face without proper settlement of the dam, the concrete face cracks. When the concrete face cracks, you find yourself with a weak dam that is seeping. And the world experts, the World Dam Safety Panel of Experts recommends a period of 6 to 9 months. That responds to the question on why the workforce had reduced in the works. Secondly, the question on the way forward. Payments from Africa Development Bank require no objection. As of last week, I'm informed that we got the no objection from Africa Development Bank. Honorable Speaker, payments of the pending certificates are being processed. Thank you. I submit.
Yes, Senator for Kitui.
Mr. Speaker, if you allow me, I would attempt to even try to educate the CS on this dam. This dam is not just in Makueni. This dam is both in Makueni and in Kitui. In your brief, you left that out. Now you're educated. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, you know the CS, you say this is the first time here, but just relax, Mr. CS. You're double speaking. Double speaking because on the one hand, you're saying that the ADB, in your response, written response, the ADB is evaluating the financing gap. The second side of your mouth, you're saying the contractor has been instructed by 25th of February to be back on site. Speaker, if my calendar serves me right, we are past the 25th of February. I think this is when? This is 13th, 12th of March. So I expect that the machines are rolling. If the machines are not rolling in Thwake, the Speaker, then again maybe you may also decide again for this question to stand down the CS. Because in his own submission on the 25th of February, works should have resumed in Thwake Dam. On the 12th of March, if that has not happened, then he should either revise his response or explain what has happened. The Speaker, lastly, at some point I lent a friend of mine some money, Mr. Speaker, just little money, not a lot of money, some little money. And when I followed them up, they started talking about COVID, this COVID thing. So we had conversations until sometimes last year, then he started talking about, Ukraine, this Ukraine thing. The Speaker, what is the connection between the war in Ukraine and a dam being constructed in Thwake, in Makueni and Kitui counties? The distance from Thwake Dam to Kyiv in Ukraine is 9,177 kilometers. What's the connection? What's the nexus, Mr. Speaker? I submit.
Honorable CS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you for the question. Yes, the dam will serve Makueni. It will also serve Machakos, and it's also serve Kitui. But the honorable member, honorable speaker, has asked a question about payment and how is explosives related to dam construction in Kenya. During war, our access for explosives that are required to blast the foundations of this rock bed was not very easily accessible. That slows, Speaker, that slows the progress of works.
Order, honorable senators. You have asked a question. Let the CS respond.
And
honorable,
the dynamics.
Honorable CS.
Honorable Speaker.
Is it your position that the explosives that are meant for this dam were sourced from Ukraine?
No.
And therefore, because of the war in Ukraine, you couldn't?
No. It's a global market, honorable Speaker.
So just proceed. Just proceed. Just proceed, honorable.
Honorable Speaker.
What? Let me help you, honorable CS. The question that has been asked by the senator for Kitui is, what is the nexus between the delayed works of this dam and the war in Ukraine? Just explain to the House the nexus between the two. And secondly, you've indicated in your written response that by 25th of February, work ought to have resumed. And the question from the senator is, are the machine now roaring? Because we are on the 12th, we are now on the 12th of March. Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, if I may respond on the question of the nexus between Ukraine war and dam construction. First, Ukraine war affected global economics. So, even Kenya is part of the global economics, Honorable Speaker. The question on the letter to instruct the contractor to actually consider with the works is in the anticipation that you would get no objection from African Development Bank, which we actually have gotten. We have some uncommitted funds that we are processing payments. But to finalize this dam, that's where the appraisal comes in. Engineering projects have what we call project appraisal at different stages of execution, because cost can vary. That explains why we need to do an appraisal. It's a normal contractual implementation requirement for us, not only as a ministry, but for any engineering project of this magnitude and size. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Chute.